I have seen the trend of men jumping online talking about how they are sick of women in America and how they're going to get their passports and go overseas and find them a wife.
Why is there so much hate and vitriol for the so-called passport bros? I really don't get it. It's like a nightclub getting mad at the people they won't let in for going to the club across the street. I mean, let's break this down. Here we have a group of men that said we are not happy with the masculine independent woman. And they said, okay, cool, let's go to the club across the street. These men didn't even ask or demand that these masculine independent women change. They said, we just don't want to participate in this market because the juice is not worth the squeeze. We don't want any problems. We will just take our business elsewhere. But the bitter sisterhood was not pleased with this. As a matter of fact, they launched a full propaganda campaign to destroy the little pleasures these maverick men have created. You see, the only way men will survive the 1984 reprogramming is to adapt to the ever-changing climate in real time and come up with unorthodox, creative strategies to outflank the bitter sisterhood. This is the way. Now, before we go any further, be sure to press the like and subscribe button and leave a comment to appease Big Brother Algo, because Big Brother is always watching.
I am single, I am independent, and I am successful.
Oh yes, single, independent, and successful. Exactly. You just named every metric that men don't care about. It's like buying a sports car, and the seller keeps talking about how the leather is made from grass-fed cows. Who the hell cares? Is the leather soft, and do panties fly off when they are seated on? The first issue is that modern women don't even know or care what you, the buyer, wants. They keep repeating this independent foolishness when men want submission. Listen very closely. We don't care about no independent woman. What is this, the 4th of July or something?
Why are you mad?
Nobody is mad, sweetheart. We just don't care. You are not valuable to us. As a matter of fact, you are invisible to us. Like Casper the Ghost, your Grace Jones aura doesn't stimulate the tree of life. Lord Destro wouldn't touch you, even after a 30-year sentence in the coldest Siberian prison. But carry on.
Doesn't make me any less feminine.
Here's another misconception. You can't switch back and forth between masculine and feminine. And even if you could, what heterosexual man other than Dwayne Wade would want a woman that can switch between these roles? During bedtime fun, does she get to be the masculine boss on Thursdays and Sundays, and you must play the feminine role? On these days, does she put your legs behind your ears? Or maybe it's your turn to bite the pillow? No, not for a Cobra mercenary. These actions will have you court-martialed and executed immediately. The pristine luster of the Cobra insignia will not be compromised by these sordid practices. The wrath of Lord Destro is quite lethal. But carry on, masculine woman, carry on.
I have a healthy balance of feminine and masculine energy, and I was able to tap into my masculine energy and get it for my family. Why are you mad?
Of course it does. You know who determines if you're less feminine? We, the market, men. We make that decision. We attribute value to you because we are the consumer. This is why you are single and independent, because the buyer, in this case men, do not value your assets, literally. The market has spoken, and your cakes are Dollar Tree. But carry on.
I have seen the trend of men jumping online talking about how they are sick of women in America and how they're going to get their passports and go overseas and find them a wife.
See, one might call this phenomenon a market correction. You, the consumer, in this case men, are not happy with the current product, which is strong, independent, sometimes single mother women. You see, the market has concluded that a substantial investment in this product is not worth it to them, so they have started to look overseas for a better quality product. This happened in the American auto industry, when cars like Fiat, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, and Honda started to steal American customers. These foreign auto retailers took a large chunk out of the profit of companies like Chrysler, Ford, and GM, because they ignored the consumer, the same path that modern women are following.
When the truth of the matter is, you don't want a wife. You want a slave. You want a maid. You want a personal assistant.
Oh no, we want mean, grimace-faced women like you to speak to us like children every night after a hard day of work. Oh yes, we can't wait to get home to your angry, masculine, independent ass. Your demeanor and attitude is every man's dream.
These women are in dire financial need. And it sickens me that you get online and vocalize and brag about getting your passports and going to these countries with these to get a wife who needs a green card to escape extreme poverty.
It's crazy that she thinks all women in foreign countries are in poverty or even want to come to America. Would it be better for us to pick up a single mother in Detroit that is on welfare? Let me explain something. Passport bros go to Montreal, Colombia, Germany, Morocco, Holland, Spain, all over the world. For the most part, a woman's economic status is not important to them. Here's the funny part. Most men actually like helping or giving money to women that are not independent. As long as these women treat them like kings, it's in their nature to pay it forward. Truth is, these men don't want to finance the life of a common city girl. A man could walk into a local Denny's and fall in love with the waiter. Yet you independent woman won't even look at a man if he is not 6 foot tall, making 6 figures, and you have the audacity to point fingers. The nerve.
Whether you pay her family, whether you pay her, no matter what the circumstance is, she is in a dire situation. How dare you capitalize off of the fact that this woman just wants to live and thrive financially. And then you called it a marriage. That's not marriage. It's modern day slavery, and I think that it's sick.
It doesn't matter what you think, heathen. Marriage from inception was a business deal. It wasn't about love. Marriage was also never intended for the so-called independent woman. Marriage is when a father or family gave the responsibility of their daughter to a man of their choosing. This man would take full responsibility of this woman like her father did. In turn, she would bear him a child of his own, and these two will now form their own nuclear family. This was a short summary of the marital contract. It wasn't about marrying a man and when you get bored, you divorce him and take half of his money. Only an unsubmissive, independent woman like yourself would compare a man taking care of you financially to slavery. Most of these independent single mothers don't realize they are slaves to the EBT and welfare system, and their overseer is just Big Daddy government. That's more of a normal family structure to them.
I think that it's disgusting, and all you're really doing is sifting yourself from the real divine masculines and alpha males.
Don't they realize they're dealing with Destro?
If you know the secret to pinpointing a divine alpha male, then why are you single? Cue Jeopardy music.
You win. Perfect.
This mother goddess can't figure that one out with all your divine omnipotence. Well, it's because anything resembling an alpha would not touch you with Kevlar gloves.
You don't think women in the international community don't see you all spouting this bullshit? That y'all can just go to other countries because they'll be so happy to have you? Women feel this way all over the world, okay? And yeah, they'll come. They'll f*** you real good. You'll marry them, bring them back, and they'll stay with you for the required time. And then they're going to dump your ass because they know why you came to get them. Keep on passport, brother.
Lord Destro holds these passport bros in high regard because they have enacted yet another creative strategy to beat the system. I will say this to you passport mavericks. Stop bragging online in public forums about your success because you are poking a sleeping dragon. The Bitter Sisterhood will enact laws in Congress to make it harder to navigate. Secondly, being a passport bro doesn't exempt you from getting in shape and being the best version of yourself. A well-dressed, fit man is like a tiger being let loose on the island of New Zealand. I will let you figure out that analogy on your own time. I'll give you a little hint. Google New Zealand predators. Don't be the fat, smelly guy in Dominican Republic. You will have a different experience if you are in your best shape on these incursions. Also, instead of studying Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole's rap lyrics, Learn some actual languages. Ice cold pimping is universal. If you are truly serious about that pillage and plunder, the Song of Cobra must be read verbatim, no translation. Last, if you're a passport bro or maverick, it should be your duty to also travel the world and encounter women from countries that are not so common. That means European, Persian, African, Asian, South American countries, etc. Your goal should be to make yourself an international man of mystery with a mastery of wit and humor that could snag any woman on any continent and under any circumstances. Do not, I repeat, do not limit yourselves to the Caribbean or Latin American countries. This is the way.
This is the way.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, the Lord Destro would suggest that you poor fools at least give oligarchy a try. So